Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff Cassell. I'm the athletic director here at Mentor High School, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2019 Mentor High School Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This is one of the funnest nights we have. Every couple of years we get to do this and induct some of our great student athletes and teams and coaches into our Hall of Fame. At the end of the evening, we'll give you the opportunity to go see where the Hall of Fame is located in the hallway outside the gymnasium, where these plaques eventually will reside in Mentor High School. So before we have dinner tonight, just a couple of things. Out at the table to my left out here is a coffee and water station. Help yourself to whatever's there. The people from Cater to You will come around to your tables to dismiss you to go back to the buffet line at that time. So at this time, I'm going to turn things over to the principal of Mentor High School, Mr. Jason CROWE, for invocation.
If you can, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we gather here this evening as family and friends with the intention to recognize and celebrate the lives of our inductees. Their commitment to excellence on and off the field has brought great joy and pride to our school and community. Thank you for an opportunity to come together to reinforce our community principles, for the gifts of life, and for the food that has been prepared for us. For all this, we are thankful. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Jeff Cassell. I'm the athletic director here, and I hope dinner was to your liking. But we're going to get started with the real reason we're here, and that's to induct our 2019 Mentor Sports Hall of Fame induction class. So at this time, in a few minutes, I'll be turning things over here to our MC, but we'll ask, as we speak about the different inductees, we'll ask them to come forward. We'll take a picture of you. We'll let you take the plaque back to your table and enjoy it. And then we'll bring the next group up. Pam over here has a little small token for us as well for you to take back. So at this time, I'm sure you'll recognize his voice as soon as you hear it, but we'll bring up the voice of the Cardinals, Mr. Rick Danberg, our MC.
Thank you, Jeff. We look forward to this special evening. And as all the honorees that will be honored tonight, it's a wonderful dedication to you in your accomplishments that you have achieved when you were at Mentor High School. So we will get started right away. Thanks again for the nice dinner. I think all of you had a wonderful time visiting with everybody. I'm sure a lot of friendships. I was watching, and most of the people around here, and there's some that I've had here in kindergarten, and they're now years old. So it brought back some special memories. Our first inductee tonight is Dr. Stephen Heller. And before I read the inscription about Steve, I want to give a personal note. Steve and I knew each other back in the 70s, and when I was in charge of the Shore Junior High School Physical Education Department, we would have supervisors meeting periodically to talk about the role of our schools in physical education, and Steve was the coordinator of physical education back in the day at Ridge Junior High. And those meetings were very, very special because I remember Steve being so caring and understanding and cordial when he was discussing some of the items that we would discuss. And he was a good friend of mine. And not only was he a great teacher, a great coach, a great friend, but he was a wonderful, wonderful family member. And he devoted his life to his family. And even though he had a lot of coaching responsibilities and other responsibilities, his family came number one. So let me read the inscription tonight about Dr. Stephen Heller, and then several of the family members, I believe children, will be coming up to receive the plaque. Need my water, so. Thank you. Dr. Stephen Heller was a dedicated teacher, administrator, and coach in the Mentor School system for 34 years. If you ask any player on any team that he coached, they would tell you that they not only learned the game, they learned life lessons through sports. Every practice for every sport he coached, he commanded their total presence. He demonstrated sportsmanship and integrity and instilled these qualities into his players. Most of the athletes he coached would seek him out for advice and guidance. Steve taught fundamentals, and that other part of sports that is most important, mental toughness. He continually worked on the total athlete from physical to mental. Any team and mentor that won a league, district, or state championship was touched by Coach Heller. Coach Heller also served the Mentor School District as a unit principal at Mentor High School and as principal of Fairfax Elementary. Steve Heller was a very special person, and we're very proud to put him into the Mentor High School Hall of Fame. At this time, would the children please come up and present, and we will present the award to you and receive it. Thank you. And as you come up, if you would introduce yourself, that would be great tonight. So thank you very much. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Stephanie Comertz.
I'm Michael.
So I'm going to read a little speech, but anything worth doing is worth overdoing. Moderation is for cowards. Do it with a sense of urgency. If you were fortunate enough to have Coach Heller, these were life lessons he tried to instill in you. Shortly after my father passed away, I ran into a former football player of his from Ridge. The former player looks me dead in the eye and says, "To this day, I still credit your dad with being one of the biggest positive influences in my life. But did you know he was a nut?" Well, I had an idea, but go on. And so the story goes, it was 1996, and our team was being lazy and lacking that sense of urgency that he always preached about. Your dad steps in to run tailback, the play an outside sweep, and here I am thinking this is a walkthrough play because Coach Heller is 1, playing tailback, and 2, unpadded. I was sorely mistaken as I got a forearm through the face mask and I landed on my back. Looking up, I see our strong safety wrap him up and deliver one of the most perfect form tackles I had ever seen. The entire field got silent with lots of thoughts going through everyone's heads. The most common one I would imagine though, wow, we're about to run a lot. But instead, he gets up, spikes the ball, and screams at the top of his lungs, 22 yards? You let me get 22 yards? Line it up and do it with a sense of urgency. Once I heard this story, it confirmed my dad was a little crazy, but more importantly, extremely passionate about everything he did. After his body stopped allowing him to take full blast from padded athletes, he remained a fierce and fiery coach, spending his entire 30-plus year career striving to make young athletes reach their full potential, but more importantly, help set them up to become good and successful people. Mentor Sports held a spot as one of the highest places in my father's heart and soul. My family and I are not only thankful for the opportunity to be here tonight on behalf of our dad, but for the tremendous amount of love and support we have received from the Mentor Public Schools and the Mentor Athletic Department over the past 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next recipient tonight, Victor SENN, swimming and diving coach and volleyball coach. Victor SENN was the head swimming and diving coach at Mentor High School for 13 years. Although Coach SENN's teams were very successful in the water, his true legacy is in the relationships that he built over the course of his career. Numerous student athletes returned to Mentor High School and continued to speak with Coach SENN and did what they could do to be a part of that program. All of his former athletes told stories of the trips to Cleveland State to train and the family atmosphere that Coach SENN instilled in this program. He coached 26 individual state qualifiers and his girls' teams finished 6th in 2008, 9th in 2007, and 14th in 2009 at the state meet as a team. His girls' teams won conference titles 6 times and were sectional champions 8 times throughout his career. His boys' teams won a league title in 2009 and a sectional title in 2006. Several of the school records that were set during his tenure still hold today. His outgoing personality and his ability to relate to his athletes brought out the best in his athletes. Coach SENN also brought his coaching style to the gymnasium as an assistant volleyball coach on the junior varsity and freshman levels. His teams were always competitive, and he became a fixture in the volleyball program. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Victor SENN.
Hi, I'm Sue Poltney. I'm Victor's sister.
I'm Lisa Pribish, and I'm Victor's sister.
On behalf of Victor SENN, our brother, we are honored to accept this recognition and award. Victor was an amazing coach, educator, friend, and family member. He was gifted in the art of human relationships. When Victor was in his 3rd year of college, he called me and wanted to talk. Vic was a very successful chemistry major at Case with a career path leading into medicine. He said he wanted to change his career path. At this time, I had been teaching for over 10 years and truly loved my job. We talked for a while. He was thinking of going into education because he really wanted to coach. I suggested he could still coach and have a different job. I remember him saying, "Sure, I can just envision it. I'll be doing rounds at the hospital and stop in the middle of the day and announce, 'I'll be right back in a few hours. I'm going to go run swim practice.'" We laughed at this point, and he decided to make a change that would benefit many fortunate young men and women in the years to come. I feel on the outside looking in, Victor made his successes look easy and effortless. Although he was very dedicated to his athletes and his students and spent many, many hours planning for practice, organizing meets and games, and preparing for his classes. In the book, Tuesday with Maury, the dying professor tries to help us learn how to live. His main message was, living is giving, and giving is living. When looking through this lens, I feel Victor was a master at living. He gave of his many talents, time, and love so freely. I feel Victor is very deserving of this recognition. I know this honor would have been very meaningful and important to him. Victor would be proud. Thank you to all the people who took the time to put the effort into this, to induct Victor SENN into the Mentors Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much. Our next recipient, KELSEY BERGER, class of 2009. Basketball, district champion in 2006, 2007, and 2009. Lake Erie League champion in 07, 08, and 09. Regional runner-up, 2009. A 3-time varsity letter winner and team co-captain. 991 total career points. Career stats of 468 rebounds, 81 assists, 115 steals, and 26 blocks. She was the News Herald and Plain Dealer Player of the Week in 07, 08, and 09. The News Herald and Plain Dealer All-Star in 07, 08, and 09. All-District Honorable Mention in 07 and 08, Lake Erie League MVP in 2009, All Northeast Lakes District Player of the Year 2009, First Team All-Ohio in 2009. She went on to play for the Air Force Academy out in Colorado Springs and St. Joseph University. She was a 2-time NCAA tournament qualifier. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. KELSEY BERGER.
Thanks so much for having me here today. I grew up coming to Mentor games to watch the girls, hoping I could be like them one day. So being a Cardinal and being able to represent my school was truly an honor. So I want to thank Coach Chacon, Coach Thompson, and all the assistants for pushing my teammates and I to be better every day. Thank you for my teammates for having my back. And thank you to everyone who did all the behind the scenes work of scheduling, taking stats, doing the clock, and supporting us every game. Also a special thank you to my grandpa, who went and shot with me every week, my brother and sister for playing one-on-one with me even when they didn't want to, my parents who ruined their yard to build me a court, and driving me around the Midwest so they could watch some teenage girls play basketball. So thanks to all of you, I was lucky enough to live my dream and play the next level and make the tournament, which is something that I had always dreamed of. So thank you, everyone.
Your picture on the plaque looks the same as you do today. Our next recipient, Mr. JARON CROWE. Basketball, 3-time varsity letter winner and team captain. Lake Erie League champion 08, 09, and in 2010. District champion in 2008, 09, and 2010. Regional champion in State Final Four, 2010. 1,070 career points. His career stats include 344 field goals, 235 three-point goals, 207 rebounds, 325 assists, and 98 steals. 90 three-point goals in senior season still holds the school record. The Northeast Lakes District Honorable Mention in 2008, Northeast Lake District Second Team 2009, the Lake Erie League First Team 2009 and 2010. All-Ohio Honorable Mention 2009 and 2010. He was the News Herald and Plain Dealer All-Star in 09 and 2010, the Plain Dealer Player of the Year in 2010, and the Northeast Lakes District First Team 2010. He went on to play basketball at Baldwin-Wallace and was a 2-time All-OAC selection. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. JARON CROWE.
Puberty is a really good thing. I just want to say hello to everyone, and just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here tonight, especially my family, friends, coaches, teammates, and especially Pam Chrysler. Someone informed me that she was the one that nominated me, and Pam's been such a big supporter of all of Mentor High School sports, so thank you, Pammy. This is a very special night for each of the inductees, and it's incredibly humbling to be a part of this. Most of the former athletes with us continue their athletic career at the next level, with which I'm sure are some great memories. I can only speak for myself, but college athletics will never compare to the memories I made here at Mentor. I'm blessed my parents decided to raise my brothers and myself here in this city and allow us to attend such a great school system and one of the best high school athletic programs in the state of Ohio. From our athletic department, teaching staff, administration, I have nothing but great things to say about this school system. It's a great honor to make Mentor's High School's Athletic Hall of Fame with some of the best athletes this school has seen in this room here tonight. With that said, this truly is a family award in my mind. Without the love and support from my family, none of this would have been possible. I probably don't tell them enough, but Mom and Dad, thank you guys. Thank you for all the sacrifices you've made throughout the years. Thank you for attending, I think, every single game I've ever played, from kindergarten up into my senior year of high school. It meant everything to me. From rec league to travel league, my dad was my first and only coach up until junior high. To this day, unsure how he put up with all my whining and complaining. I wasn't the best behaved on the basketball court growing up. But thank you for teaching me how to shoot a basketball and the fundamentals of the game. Created a lifetime of lessons for myself. So thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you guys. You're the best and best role models I could have asked for. From the day I was born, ever since I can remember, I was attending basketball games. My late grandfather coached at East Lake North for 30-plus years, and my dad and my uncles all played for him. From all the stories I've heard of him being an entertainer, I think he would have given Coach K a run for his money. So starting in second grade, I started attending all Mentor's basketball practices. My oldest brother, Jason, was a senior on the team. So luckily for me there, I met my good buddy, Cole. At such a young age, we both loved the game so much, and we just became so competitive with each other. We had a game for literally anything you could think of. And really from that moment, it just kind of drove us, just our competitive spirit and our drive for and the love of the game of basketball. And that, I mean, who would have thought 10 years later, same kids are in the gym competing and taking our school to a state Final Four. So it's a really great experience. Moving forward, after my oldest brother Jason graduated in 2001, my other brother John, it was his turn to play for the Cardinals. And unless I'm remembering incorrectly, I think I attended every one of their games for 8 straight years. So just so many great memories. I wanted to be them so bad, and with them being 9 and 4 years older than me, really the only way I knew how was through basketball. I'll always remember being at both their senior year's last games as the seconds ticked off, and it was in the Sweet 16, and I always remembered I wanted to get as far as they did, if not farther. And without even knowing it, I think they drove me they instilled the drive in me to be great, and I have nothing but respect for those two. So after kind of back-to-back regional losses my sophomore and junior year, I know going into my senior year, I really wanted it to be a different story, and I think we made that different. When I got to college, my teammates from the area would ask me what our secret was here at Mentor, and many of them thought their high school basketball team could beat us, but I would just the same thing. I would give them a little grin and tell them that our secret sauce was just toughness and basketball IQ, and they kind of would laugh and didn't really understand what that meant, and from that moment I kind of knew, like, yeah, they would not have made it here at Mentor. Coach K and the rest of the coaches engraved a toughness in myself that I didn't know I had. This toughness has stuck with me the rest of my life and allowed me to be successful at the next level and also in life itself. The famous saying, you truly never appreciate what you have until it's gone. Well, attending school and playing basketball for 4 years at Mentor was an indescribable experience, and I can never thank everyone enough that had a part along the way. Thank you. Appreciate it, sir.
Next recipient, Mr. Justin Fritts, basketball. Also, he played baseball. His statistics in basketball, I will be reading first. 1,691 career points, career totals of 586 field goals, 210 three-pointers, 227 assists. He leads in career rebounds, 428, and steals, 205. In 2012, he was the Ohio Associated Press Mr. Basketball. 2012 Greater Cleveland Sports Awards Athlete of the Year. 2012 First Team All-Ohio. 2012 Northeast Lakes District Player of the Year. Also in 2012, Northeast Ohio Conference Valley Division MVP. 2012 First Team News Herald and Plain Dealer. 2012 J.J. Huddle First Team All-State. 3-time district and league champion. 2011 Second Team All-Ohio. 2011 Northeast Lakes District First Team. 2011 Lake Erie League First Team. 2010 Northeast Lakes District Special Mention. 2010 State Final Four team member. He went on to play basketball at Wheeling Jesuit University. In baseball, he was a 4-year letter winner, 2009 and 2010 Lake Erie League All-League Selection, and 2011 and 2012 the News Herald All-Star. our newest recipient, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Justin Fritts.
Look at those earrings. Jesus gosh. My mom leaned over and asked me if I had written a speech 2 or 3 times now. The answer is no, I didn't. Kind of a fly-by-the-seat pants guy. But although that's nice about me, it's really not, because I didn't get here by myself. Mom and Dad, can't thank you enough for all you've done. Mom, how many times I came home and complained. I think it was my freshman year where I came home ready to transfer to Lake Catholic. She talked me out of it. I was, I'll get to it. Coach K, I love you. My dad, thanks for the love, the tough love. Playing in the basement since I was a kid. I won't forget that. I remember going to Slippery Rock, playing a shootout there, me sleeping in the car, you driving me to Youngstown to play baseball, and then driving back to Slippery Rock again for basketball. So I love you two. Would not be up here without you two. There's no doubt about that. You heard Jaron talk about it. I guess you really don't know men or basketball unless you're in it. It's a brotherhood. Coach K, you've you crazy son of a gun. You've built a culture that I don't think anybody else in Ohio can even replicate it. They truthfully don't know the type of work that you put in, and even coaching for a year since I've been out, I didn't realize it, but that culture is unbelievable. I mean, my buddy Danny Woggs here. I know Jaron talked about Cole having a buddy. I remember climbing in through a window with Danny in like 11th grade just to get in the gym and to get better. It's crazy, Casella. Not happy. But in all seriousness, that's the culture that you built here. Mr. Basketball, awesome award. All these awards are fun, but honestly, it's kind of the memories that, it's the six summer league games in a day. It's eating peanut butter and jelly that the parents would bring. It's not really the wins and losses that I remember. It's all the time that I spent with teammates and my parents. So thank you for that.
Well, you did an outstanding job without having written that. Very much. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, the next person will be Kevin Harper. Class of 2008. Soccer. He was a 3-year varsity letter winner. Track, 2-year varsity letter winner. And let me give you his statistics in football. 2-year varsity letter winner, and when I was announcing his name, I announced his name a lot. Kevin Harper, Kevin Harper. State runner-up 2006 and 2007. He set the Ohio High School Athletic Association record with 61-yard field goal in 2007. Remember that. Set Youngstown State University Stadium record with 58-yard field goal in 2007. He set the Osborne Stadium record with 52-yard field goal in 2007. He set team records of 17 field goals and 64 touchbacks in 2007. He led the team in scoring with 109 points in 2007. He was the All-Ohio First Team in 2007. The Ohio North-South Game Selection in 2007. Mentor High Special Team Player of the Year in 2007. The News Herald and Plain Dealer Player of the Week in 2006 and in 2007. The News Herald and Plain Dealer All-Star First Team 2006 and 2007. The Lake County Touchdown Club Kicker of the Year in 2006 and 2007. Ohio North-South Game Selection. the OHSAA Scholar Athlete Award. He went on to kick at the University of Pittsburgh and was a 4-year varsity letter winner, the team's leading scorer in 2011 and 2012, and the Big East leading scorer in 2012. Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kevin Harper.
I was only taught that kickers should only speak when spoken to, so I appreciate you guys bending the rules for me tonight. Kevin Harper. When Casella said we had to give a speech, I was trying to think about what I wanted to say. A couple stories just kind of immediately popped into my head. The first one was when I ordered Pizza Hut during football practice to Casella's training room. Corey Zickish was injured that week, and he came in and got wing sauce all over his practice jersey and ran outside, and Coach Triv was not too happy about that one. I remember back in elementary school getting teased because I was a soccer player by a couple guys, and I didn't play football for the Fairfax Bulldogs. Looking back on it now, I don't think any of those guys played any sports in high school. But the one story that kind of really stuck out was, at some point during my junior year, I printed out the list for the top 10 longest field goals in Ohio. And I went up to my mom and I was like, "Mom, I'm gonna get on this list." She just kind of gave me the old parent response of, "Yeah, okay, Kevin, that sounds great, but that's a pretty unrealistic goal." Thankfully, I've never been very good at listening to my mom. But in all seriousness, I do really want to thank my family for all their support over the years. My wife, who candidly admits she's never been the biggest sports fan, but has always kind of liked me for me since high school. My dad, who's been crazy enough to fly and drive me around the country to any sporting event possible, which started soccer and moved to kicking camps. And my mom, who's kind of always pushed me to work just as hard in the classroom as I did in the sports field, because she knew there'd be life after sports. Also owe a huge thanks to the Mentor Athletic Program and to Coach Triv specifically. I remember growing up, and a lot of the athletes used to leave Mentor to go play sports at other schools. That doesn't happen anymore. Going into those 06 and 07 football seasons, we were 5-5. The farthest we'd ever gone was getting to the regional finals. Those 2 playoff runs to the state championship were some of the most memorable times of my life, and better than anything I experienced in D1 college football. And I really do think it helps set the tone for what Mentor sport should expect to achieve. And to Coach Triv, who not only had a huge part in building the program to what it is today, I think we can all admit the only guy crazy enough to go for a 61-yard field goal up 24-0 in the fourth quarter at Solon. So appreciate that one, Coach Triv. So thanks again for this award. It really means a lot to me. I'm very proud of my time here at Mentor. It's had a huge impact on my life, and most importantly, it's taught me a lot of life lessons that I continue to use today, like pushing yourself every single day to be the best that you can be, no matter how unrealistic your goals might seem at the time. Thanks.
Kevin, I always enjoyed announcing, and the kick is up and good. I did that a lot for Kevin Harper. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sam Kless. Sam was from the class of 1979. In football, he was the 1978 All-Ohio Third Team. In 1977 and 78, the News Herald Player of the Week. 1978 All-Lake County Team. 77 and 78 All-News Herald Team. In 78, the Plain Dealer Dream Team. In 1977, he was the co-MVP Touchdown Club. He went on to play football at the University of Akron. In basketball, he was a 2-year letter winner. He was a 1979 All-Greater Cleveland Conference, 1979 News Herald All-Star. In baseball, he was a 2-year letter winner, 1978 and 1979 All-Greater Cleveland Conference. As we were having a nice visit tonight, he is presently the golf coach at Kirtland High School. He's a PGA golf professional in the Northern Ohio section. So right now, let's introduce, ladies and gentlemen, the new recipient, Mr. Sam Kless.
No comment on the picture, please. But to my family, yes, that is me. I'd like to thank my coaches, especially Tom Frazier, who's not doing very well right now, John Namsu, and the rest of their staff. Also my teammates. Without, good players around you, awards like this does not happen. And lastly, wave Ma, who always was there with my dad, didn't miss a practice or a game. So thank you very much. It's truly an honor to be a part of the rich tradition here at Mentor High School in the athletic department. Thank you very much.
And now the next recipient, KAYLA KOSMERL, class of 2012. Her area was, of course, gymnastics. Long list here. This is fantastic. 2012 Ohio High School Athletic Association State All-Around Champion with a score of 37.875. 2012 OHSAA State Bars Champion with a score of 9.550. 2012 OHSAA State Beam Runner-Up, 3rd place on the vault and 4th place on the floor. 2012 District All-Around and Vault Champion. 2012 District Runner-Up on floor and bars, 4th place on the beam. 2012 Sectional All-Around, Vault, Bars, Beam, and Floor Champion. 2012 Northeast Ohio Conference All-Around Vault, Bars, Beam, and Floor Champion. 2012 recorded 1st place individual all-around titles in 12 out of 13 meets. 2012 Northeast Ohio Conference Gymnast of the Year. 2012 Cleveland Plain Dealer and News Herald Gymnast of the Year. In 2012, she got the Archie Griffin Sportsmanship Award recipient. 2012, the United States Marine Corps Athletic Achievement Award recipient. 2011, the Fox Sports Ohio Comeback Player of the Year. 2010, News Herald Gymnast of the Year. 2009, 2010, 11, and 12 Individual State Qualifier. 09, 10, 11, and 12 All-Ohio Team. And 09, 10, 11, and 12 News Herald and Plain Dealer Gymnastics First Team. We are so glad to include her in the Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. KAYLA KOSMERL.
I want to first congratulate every other inductee that's here tonight. It's an honor to be inducted into such a decorated Hall of Fame, so thank you to Mentor High School, the athletic department for that. It's nice to be recognized, as all of you guys know, for hard work and accomplishments. I did gymnastics for 18 years since I was 3 years old. That's the only life I've ever known. I'm still involved in gymnastics. I did it all 4 years in college, and I still help manage Kent's team. So it's something that will be a part of me forever. It's been my passion for my whole life. It shaped who I am today. I want to thank all my friends and family for all the support that you guys have given me my entire life. Everyone up here is talking about the friends they've made for life, and mine, Brittany, since we were 2nd grade, have been very, very close best friends. Thanks to my grandparents, my grandmas and grandpas that are all here, aunts and uncles, all of your help and support with gymnastics and helping me continue to do gymnastics, driving me to and from practice, coming to all of my meets. To my mom and dad, an extra extreme level of thanks and support. I wouldn't have done gymnastics if you guys didn't put me in it when I wouldn't sit still as a little 3-year-old and my bouncer as a baby. So thank you for putting me in gymnastics, having the patience with me throughout gymnastics, and just for supporting me. Thanks to my brother Nick, who's also here. He was suckered into a life of gymnastics, traveling, spending every weekend in bleachers. His birthday's in March, so there wasn't a birthday he didn't spend at a gymnastics meet all the way through my 4th year at Kent, so thank you for that. Thanks to my fiance Nathan, who's here. He's been with me since senior year, so he's lived everything with me as well. Final thank you to all the coaches and doctors for keeping my brain and my body healthy through my long, long 18 years. And then lastly, I want to say that I am very grateful and honored to have any impact on Mentor High School's gymnastics team. Thanks.
The next recipient, Mr. Cole Krasancic, basketball. 2009 First Team All-Lake Erie League, First Time All-News Herald. 09 Honorable Mention of All-Ohio. 2010 State Final Four Team. 2010 Lake Erie League Player of the Year. 2010 News Herald and Plain Dealer Player of the Year. 2010 First Team All-Ohio. In 2010, he led the state in scoring with a 27 points per game average. 2010 District Player of the Year. In 2011, he became the leading scorer in Mentor High School history with 1,763 points. 2011 Lake Erie League Player of the Year. Also in 2011, Second Team All-Ohio, 4-time league and district champion, currently school leader in points at 1,762 points, field goals at 594, and three-pointers at 251 points. 14th all-time in state in three-pointers. He went on to play basketball at Ashland University. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cole Krasancic.
Wish somebody would have told me to get a haircut back then. Yeah, I know, I ignored him, and now I believe it. First off, I just want to say I'm extremely honored to be a part of this Hall of Fame class. There are many exceptional athletes that have graduated from this high school, and I'm humbled to accept this award. I grew up in the gym watching my dad and coach many of those athletes who came before me, and they inspired me to become the player I was in high school and the person I am today. Basketball has taught me many lessons in discipline, perseverance, and failure, but it has also taught me to celebrate successes and achievements, which is the reason why we're all gathered here tonight. I would now like to take a moment to thank a number of people in my life for their unwavering support, both on and off the court. Thank you to my parents, family, friends, coaches, and everyone else associated with the Mentor basketball program. All of you played a major role in helping me achieve the goals that led me to this moment, and I sincerely want to thank each and every one of you. I would also like to thank my teammates who not only pushed, supported, and encouraged me, but are still some of my lifelong friends today. I have so much admiration and respect for each of you, and it is particularly special to me to have been part of the 2009-2010 team, which was the first basketball team to go to the state Final Four. Growing up, I was always watching my dad's highlight tapes of him at Girard, the team that won state when I was only just a little baby. And then we would always make annual trips down to Columbus to watch the state finals all through elementary school and junior high. And that really just made it even more special. Just playing on Ohio State's floor while competing for a state title with all my brothers was something that I've always dreamed of. Although I wish it would have ended a little differently. It was definitely a season I'll never forget, and the memories will last a lifetime. Tonight is about recognizing the accomplishments of the extraordinary athletes in this room, and I want to take a minute to say congratulations to everyone else here in this class. I hope you cherish every practice, every game, and every season you experience as a Mentor Cardinal, because I know I do. Thank you.
The next recipient, Samantha NAMETH, class of 2008, swimming. 04 and 05, 05 and 06, 06 and 07 and 08, overall top scorer for Mentor High School. 04, 05, 5 and 6, 6 and 7, 7 and 8, Lake Erie League MVP. Is this when they were swimming at Lake Erie College at that time? Cleveland State, okay. 04, 05, 05, 06, Mentor High School MVP. 4-time News Herald and Plain Dealer Swimmer of the Week. Set school records in the 50 free, 100 free, 200 IM, the 100 butterfly, the 200 medley relay, the 200 freestyle relay, and the 400 freestyle relay. 2006, she was 5th place in the state in the 100 butterfly. 2006 100 butterfly All-American. 07, 5th place in state in 100 butterfly. 07, 10th place in state in 100 freestyle. 07, 100 butterfly, 200 freestyle relay, 200 medley relay All-American. 08, 4th place in state in the 100 butterfly. Also in 08, 5th place in state in 100 freestyle. 08, 100 butterfly, 50 freestyle, 200 medley relay, 200 freestyle relay, All-American. 4-year varsity letter winner. She went on to swim at Eastern Michigan University up there in Ypsilanti, Michigan. She also was a 2-year letter winner in track and field. Ladies and gentlemen, our newest recipient, Miss Samantha NAMETH.
Thank you. All right. I'd just like to start off by thanking Mentor High School for this great honor. Without a high school that had a sports program that offered swimming and a supportive to sport in which there was not a local pool to practice, I would not have been able to progress in my swimming career as I did. Secondly, I'd like to thank my coach and friend, Mr. Victor SENN. This award would have been so much sweeter with him present. However, I know he was pushing for this prior to his passing, and I'm so grateful for his support and encouragement both in swimming and in life. Of course, I want to thank my family and friends who have been my greatest supporters and cheering squad. Creating a name for Mentor in the swimming world was the ultimate goal for myself and my teammates, past and present. It would take a dedicated coach and a set of athletes who were determined and disciplined to travel 45 minutes to and from Cleveland State for practice 5 months of the year. During my tenure, we had both of those. Mr. SENN promoted a healthy, competitive environment which pushed us to want to be stronger and faster. It helped us individually and as a team. Soon we were breaking school records and making the podium at the state championship meet. Having the support of my high school swim coach and family only fueled me to be a better swimmer. Soon this was not a recreational sport, after-school sport, but a passion. I wanted to continue to do this in my collegiate life, and my high school coach helped push me to this goal. I'm forever thankful for the opportunity swimming has given me. I'm not sure who I received my swimming bone from, and I can also say that height does not matter when you have the talent and heart to succeed. Thank you again. I am blessed to be a part of such a prestigious group of athletes from Mentor High School.
Our next recipient, Stephanie Rogers. She was in soccer, basketball, and track. First of all, in soccer, she was a 4-year letter winner, 3-time district champion, 2006 All News Herald, 06 and 07 GCSSA All Greater Cleveland, '07 All-Ohio, All-Lake Erie League, and then basketball. She was a 2-year letter winner, a 2-time district champion and Lake Erie League champion, '07 and '08 News Herald Player of the Week, '08 Mentor High School Defensive Player of the Year and team captain. She had 318 career points, 222 career rebounds, 59 career assists, 97 career steals, and 73 career blocks. She was the 2008 News Herald All-Star and 2008 the GCBCA All-Star. Now in track, 2005 Outstanding Freshman Award, '06 Lake Erie League High Jump Champion, '06 Lake Erie League 3rd place 800-meter run and 2nd place in the 4x800 relay, '07 Lake Erie League High Jump runner-up, '07 5th place district high jump, '08 set the school record in the high jump at 5'7", '05 set the school record in the shuttle hurdle relay, '08 Lake Erie League High Jump champion, also in '08 3rd place district high jump and regional qualifier, '08 Mentor High School team most valuable player, 2008 first team News Herald. She went on to play basketball and run track at Lake Erie College. Our newest recipient, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Stephanie Rogers.
It's a lot easier to talk in front of 8th graders every day than it is in front of this room, so we're going to make our way through. So I read a study several years ago that said girls quit sport at 2 times the rate that boys do, and by the time they're in high school, over half have quit sport. So this just got me thinking, what was the difference for me when I played all through high school, college, and then got the chance to play some pro ball. So going back, when I was in 4th grade, I was on a rec soccer field. Coach found me, told my dad, she needs to go play club. He put me in the car, off we went. I was walking the halls at Shore in 8th grade. Coach Thompson found me. He said, you need to play with the high school squad. My dad put me in the car and off we went. I was a freshman playing soccer. Coach Simcoe found me running around, and she told my mom I needed to run track. So off we went. I've had coaches that believed in me my entire career, every step of the way. The 2 most influential factors in an athlete's career I had supporting me. That was a difference maker. Being at Mentor with the coaches that I had and the parents that supported me allowed me to be successful. So while it's debated where my athleticism comes from, my mom tries to take credit, but I've seen her throw a ball, so. What can't be questioned is the unconditional support I received from my mom and dad. And my coaches here at Mentor, who believed in me even when I was still 5'6" in high school, and then I grew after. So thank you to Mentor, the coaches, and my parents.
And this will be our last individual recipient before I announce the teams. Stephen Schultz, class of 2009, cross country and track. 4-year letter winner. First of all, I'll talk about cross country. 4-year letter winner. 06 8th place district individual finish with team runner-up finish. 06 state qualifier individual finish, 19th with team 5th place finish. 07 4th place district individual finish with team runner-up finish. 07 8th place regional individual finish with team 4th place finish. 07 20th place state individual finish with team 8th place finish. 08 5th place district individual finish with the team championship. In 08, second place regional individual finish with the team championship. 08, ninth place state individual finish with third place team finish. And in 08, he set the school record in 15:39 at the Tiffin Carnival. That was for cross country. Track, 4-year letter winner. 07, fourth place district and 10th place regional 3,200 meter finish. 2008, district champion, 3,200 meter, 7th place regional finish. 08, fourth place 4x800 meter relay district finish, 10th place regional finish. 09, district champion, 3,200 meter, 2nd place regional finish. 09, 3,200 meter state qualifier, finishing 11th place. 09, third place district finish in the 4x800 meter relay, 8th place regional finish. And 07, 08, and 09, all academic, all Ohio. He went on to compete at Purdue University. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Schultz.
Thank you very much for having me here tonight. It's a huge honor. There have been a lot of come to Jesus moments on the high school photos, but I'm actually pretty okay with mine because I know we're about 5 minutes away from me in a button-down shirt crouching like a catcher in the weeds, so I'll take this one. This is actually the second time I received an award from Mentor High School. I was the Health Student of the Year previously, which at an academic awards ceremony is a lot like being the cross-country runner at a Hall of Fame awards ceremony. So we're staying consistent. I think, it's been pretty easy to see the two kind of key trends with everyone here tonight, and that's been everyone here has been very driven, at times almost to the point of obsession, like Kevin printing off the top 10 kicks in the state. I used to write down splits down to the 200 meter for track times I wanted to run and then memorize those times. I now think I should have written down faster times, but at the moment it felt really good. And then also that nobody has a level of success to kind of reach this point without the people around them. And we're all very fortunate to have the people here tonight supporting us and the people that have helped us get to this point. So I wrote down some times, but I realize now that contextually, unless everyone here is really big running fans, it's not going to make a lot of sense. But kind of the people that have helped me to this point, my parents, like most people here, pushing me to do a lot of different sports growing up and then forcing me to run cross country for St. John Vianney when I was like 8 years old and was terrible at it. And then thankfully growing about 6 inches and having long legs, so that worked out. And also forcing me to stop eating whole sleeves of Chips Ahoy cookies at track meets and eat Fig Newtons. That probably helped as well. Second, Ken Simcoe, who was the track coach my freshman year, he was one of the reasons I ran track. I'm sure the baseball team missed having a 70-mile-an-hour fastball from a lefty who couldn't really hit that well, but we had to make those sacrifices. And giving me some of the advice, which is when you're a runner and you have problems, just keep running. And it's a lot simpler than it seems in your head sometimes, but which was great advice and kind of got me into track. Second, Bill Dennison. We had a really great team, and I was really happy to hear that the team was going to be inducted tonight as well, because I wouldn't be here without Bill and the team members I had there. We had a lot of very strong personalities, and we clashed a lot at times, as 16-year-olds do. But I was talking to my dad today, and I was saying, I remember like so many times on the track or in cross country, Bill always had us in the right spot, and he always was in the right spot. When I was in a race and just kind of zoning out or not feeling that great, Bill was always seemed to be at the right spot at the right time to wake me up. And then, unfortunately, I had a much faster kick than Jimmy, so yeah, he probably wished Bill didn't wake me up sometimes. But that leads me to next. So Jimmy Hudd, who's here as well, Jimmy and I trained together. Sometimes Jimmy would run 10 feet in front of us, but without having Jimmy on the team pushing me and racing against me all those times, it would have been really hard to find the way to get, faster, to have someone to work with every day. And then another friend of mine who didn't run for Mentor, but his name is Sean Naderer, who was a great runner in the area with probably the worst luck of anyone. But him as well, him and Jimmy together both were great people to train with and great friends that really helped push me. And then the 1985 cross-country team and Andy Haney. I remember Jimmy and I, when we were freshmen, sophomores, we would look at the Hall of Fame wall, and back then, we didn't have the basketball team winning the state championship, so I think the two most recent state championships were the 1985 men's cross-country team and the 1992 men's soccer team. And looking at those two teams and trying to strive towards that, I think is one of the really driving factors. Having those people who did it before you that you can strive to be like was a huge thing. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's humbling and an honor to be here, but we loved doing it, we loved running together, and still love it to this day. And just I guess thank you to everyone who helped me get here, and thanks for having me.
Thanks. Appreciate you here. Yeah. Are you still running today, Stephen?
Yes. We won't talk about it.
Not to put him on the spot. And now we have some very special team awards. And we're very happy that most of you, and as many as you could, come to represent the team. And so at this time, we're going to have them all come up. And the coach. Let's talk about the 2008 boys cross-country team. Okay. It was in that order, but maybe I should look at the slide first. As I was saying, the 2003-2004 wrestling team. Now you know what you look forward to. 2003-2004 wrestling team finished the regular season with a 20-2 dual meet record, including a 6-0 Lake Erie League record to give them the Lake Erie League Championship. They won the Solon Comet Classic, the CVCA Dual Meet Tournament, and the Mentor Dual Meet Tournament. They won a sectional championship and finished third at the Mentor District Tournament. At the state tournament, they finished 7th overall as a team and had a school record 4 individual state placers. Jesse Schilling, 5th at 103, Matt Lehrer, 6th at 119, Peyton O'Brien, 6th at 152, and Paul Berger, 3rd at 215. The Cardinals were coached by head coach Ken Skilton, assistant coaches Jim Capel, Ray Lamanna, Nick Alcantar, and Chris Miller. So at this time, the 2003-2004 wrestling team, would you please come forward? One of you speaks.
So just to mention a couple things about these guys. So we have all 4 of these guys were team captains for my team, not all in the same year. So congratulations to them for just being great leaders, and obviously that shows in them, being willing to give up their evening to come here for the team. Paul was, who was mentioned, who was 3rd in the state for us. What was not mentioned was he was 5th also in the country that year. And he was our MVP, obviously, for our team and one of our captains. Matt was a state qualifier for us. He received the Jack Logan Award, which is one of the most prestigious wrestling awards that we get give, and also was a team captain. And Jake Dissler was a 4-year letterman for us, who was also one of our team captains, who worked extremely hard, broke the school record for technical falls. And then Nick, next to me here, who served our country in the military after graduating and is studying to be a doctor now, was one of our captains for our 05-06 wrestling team, was a district qualifier on this team. Overall, it was just a great, and we had some great individuals, but we were a great team. Now they have what's called the state dual meet tournament. We beat the team that finished technically second in the state dual meet tournament that year. You had to be invited based on what coaches felt you would be, and we beat the team that had finished second in that. So we were one of the top overall teams in the state, and it was a testament of that as we competed in the individual tournaments and individual state tournaments. They finished 7th in that. But as attested by everyone here, it's more than just what they did during the season. You know, I believed very strongly as a coach that to be successful, it's a year-long commitment. These guys wrestled freestyle in the springtime. They trained and worked out all year to be champions. Besides that, we have some parents that supported them back then and supported them now, so I just want to recognize the Shriners, who their son wasn't able to be here because he's in Mexico, lovely him, and also the Estats, who came to support them, and without their support, pushing them out the door, because the wrestling isn't necessarily as fun as basketball. My guys weren't climbing through the window. Where are you at, Justin Fritz? My guys weren't climbing through the window to get in the wrestling room. I was dragging them in there to train and work out and get hard, and it was the parents pushing them out the door. And then I had an awesome, supportive wife that really allowed me to put a ton of time into this. Actually, this year was the year our youngest was born, before the state tournaments happened. So just thank you again for all your support, Mentor Athletics and parents, and most important, these guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken Skilton, and also the wrestling team. All right. Yeah, I'll check the screen first. And now, 2008 Boys Cross Country Team. The 2008 Boys Cross Country Team capped a strong season by finishing 3rd overall at the OHSAA State Cross Country Meet. The team had a season that included 4 invitational championships, 3 invitational runner-up finishes, a Lake Erie League championship in which Mentor took the first 7 places in the race, a district championship, and a regional championship. Stephen Schultz was the Lake Erie League MVP with 6 teammates named All-League. Coach Bill Dennison was named Lake Erie League Coach of the Year. Stephen Schultz and Jimmy Hudd were All-Ohio, finishing 9th and 10th in the state. There were 5 academic All-Ohioans. The team was coached by head coach Bill Dennison and assistant coaches Therese Dennison, Jen Butterfield, and Adam Hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2008 Boys Cross Country Team.
All right, a lot of good speeches tonight. I want to congratulate everybody that's been inducted tonight. As a coach, we always talk about culture and trying to build that culture. It's tough when it comes to running. It's not the most glamorous sport. I don't have to worry about climbing in windows for weight rooms. I mean, we can run wherever we want. Convincing these young kids that they need to go out and pound the miles, I mean, usually that's every other sport's punishment. So, you know, Mentor's had a long history of great cross country here. It started in 1961 with Coogan Reese. Since 1961, we've had 4 head coaches. I'm the 4th. That's 4 in almost 60 years. It's a very special program. And in the 80s, it hit its height. We had the state championship in '85, we had regional championships, and then we hit the 90s, and I happened to be on those teams. And there were some of the lower moments as far as the history of the program. Coming in as a young coach in '99 as an assistant, and then taking over in '05, we were 15th in the regional. We were really, really bad. But I had Steven and Jimmy, Kenny Janasco that came in as freshmen that year. We knew we had something special. And even after finishing 15th in the regional, I remember talking to Mr. SCHULZ and saying, this team's going to go to the state meet the next 3 years. They're going to be dynamic, because you could tell they were buying into what I was preaching, what I was feeding them. And like Coach Skilton said, it turned around to a year-long thing where these kids, you know, their brothers, they might have fought and scrapped around like Stephen was saying, but they were out there pounding the miles together all summer during the winter. I remember getting a phone call at the time, I think it was Dale Garris, and he said, you know, the school policy is when there's no school because of snowstorms, there's no after-school practice. There's 15 of your boys running down Lakeshore. I'm like, I'm at work. I have no idea what you're talking about. It just showed you the character that these young men had and how hard they worked. So the following year, after finishing 15th, they took down the #1 team in the state at regionals. They were 5th. We ended up finishing 5th in the state after finishing 15th. And it started a 3-year cycle where these young men would just go to races and expect to win, expect to dominate. And they started building that culture that we have today. Since that '06 team, we've not missed one state tournament. They'd bring in the next group of guys like the basketball guys do. You just bring that next crew in and you teach them what it's like to be a part of a great program and keep moving on. In '08, we had a special team. We won everything we went to. Jimmy and Steven were the dynamic duo in the state of Ohio. They were side by side. They won a lot of races. They'd go back and forth, but they were brothers and they fought. This really, I can't express enough what this group of young men has meant to me in the program that I still run here at Mentor. My coach is Jen Butterfield. My wife, Therese, unfortunately doesn't coach with me anymore after 4 kids. The family had to slide to be important, but I could not have done it with everybody else, and I really appreciate these young guys and all the success they've had, and everybody went on to college and ran also. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Only 4 coaches in all that time, and I had the distinct pleasure of knowing Coogan Reese, and he set the precedent for a great cross-country team here at Mentor High School in the history of Mentor High School, and he established that achievement back in the days in the '60s, and I can say that I was very humbled to have known Coogan Reese. So congratulations again, and thank you very much for coming up and being a part of it tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2009-2010 boys basketball team. The 2009 and 2010 boys basketball team was the first team in Mentor High history to advance to the state tournament. They finished the season with a 23-4 overall record. They were team runners-up at the Arby's Classic in Bristol, Tennessee. They were Lake Erie League champions. The Cards defeated Riverside and Willoughby South in the sectional round. They defeated Ashtabula Lakeside in the district semifinal, then defeated Brush in the district final to advance to the regional. At the Cleveland State Regional, they defeated Avon Lake in the regional semifinal, then knocked off St. Edwards in the regional final to advance to the state final for the first time in school history. Unfortunately, the Cards fell to Cincinnati Archbishop Moeller in the state semifinal round. They finished the year as the 5th ranked team in Ohio. The Cardinals were coached by head coach Bob Krasancic, assistants Neil Grants, Aaron May, Brian Walukas, Chris Parsons, Jason CROWE, Mike Pix, and Tony Wilson. We now want to congratulate in the Hall of Fame the 2009-2010 boys basketball team. Would you please come up? Who's speaking?
All right. First off, just want to say, out of the 17, 18 players we dressed throughout the season, it's an honor to be up here to speak about the accomplishments we made as a team. Coach K and the rest of the staff make it pretty clear from day one what they expect out of their team, and we bought in from day one. Not sure we had a choice, but that's the way we play here, and we stuck to it. We knew going into the season we had to work harder than every other team in the state if we had to reach our goals. Without the coaches we had, I'm not sure we would have been a sub-500 basketball team. We don't play a cupcake schedule. We play the best of the best year in, year out, and the records speak for themselves. We have unbelievable high school coaches here at Menor, not even the boys basketball program, but every sport here with us tonight and those that are not here. Lost my place. So that's completely a testament to our coaches, starting with Coach Krasancic down to Coach Grants, Coach Walukas, Coach Aaron May, my older brother, Coach CROWE, Coach Pix, Coach Parsons, and then everyone's favorite, our shooting coach, Tony Wilson. So we walked down the court for warm-ups, standing an impressive 5'10", 5'11", 5'11", maybe 6'1", maybe 6'2". We continue to have to tell opposing refs, players, coaches, spectators that, indeed, yes, this is our varsity team. And shortly after that hour of playing, that question wasn't asked again by those people. No team, even with some future NBA players, were too quick, strong, big, enough for us to match. With that said, what our team lacked in height and strength, we made up with basketball IQ, unselfish play, and mental and physical toughness. I'm not sure anyone envisioned the season going as it was, but with the camaraderie we had within our group, we knew we were too strong for us to fail. We started the year off hot, 4-0, and then prepared for our Christmas tournament in San Diego. I can't speak enough of how amazing our booster club is here and how blessed we were to have parents and others willing to sacrifice their time and effort and raising that money for us to get out to San Diego. This trip really took our team to the next level in every aspect of the game. We started the tournament whooping on the #1 ranked team in Canada, who had a 6'4" point guard, 6'9" center, both played Division I basketball. From there, we took care of business against the number 9 ranked team in California, and then earned a spot in the championship. So we started off the first quarter in the championship to nearby Massillon-Jackson. We were down 20 at the end of the first. Things weren't going well, but we made sure not to leave San Diego without that first place trophy. We rallied back with every player doing their part and won that game. I remember sitting around the hotel, the hot tub at the hotel at night, and just doing what typical high school guys do as a team. But one of the players that lost in the state in the semifinal at the tournament to Massillon on the other side of the bracket came up to us and spoke so highly about our team and couldn't believe that we came back and won that championship game. That player was T.J. McConnell, former Philadelphia 76er and current Indiana Pacer. Like I previously stated, this tournament took our team to the next level, and just hearing that from a peer and a player of that caliber really stuck with us. We returned home, didn't miss a beat, winning our next 7 games, including a double overtime showcase game at Cleveland State versus a really talented Warren Harding team. I'll never forget watching Cole score 41 points, consistently getting in the paint and scoring against much bigger, stronger, better athletes than us. Sitting undefeated at 14-0, we were ranked 2nd in the state, 6th in the Midwest, 47th in the country. Our offense was the 1st in the state and 14th ranked in the country at the time. Unfortunately, we suffered an injury to a member of the team on a Tuesday and couldn't recover heading into a weekend with back-to-back road games. With the first coming to Shaker Heights, who had former Boston Celtic, current Charlotte Hornets player Terry Rozier. And then the next night, St. Edward's, which might be the toughest place to play in Northeast Ohio. Some may say it was a blessing in disguise for our team and some of the younger players. Danny Wallach, who's with us tonight. Give a little, raise that hand. And some other players that got a chance. next couple weeks, kind of gaining more confidence heading into the tournament. We finished the regular season at 17-3. To this day, I believe we would have went undefeated if not for the injury. Tournament time is a new season. We are ready. I'm not sure how many first quarter threes we hit against Willoughby South in the opening round, but it was enough for their student section to start cheering for us and not them. We breezed to the district finals, facing Brush for the third consecutive year. Sophomore at the time, Justin Fritts came up huge, locking up their all-state point guard, Nate Tate. And we were on the regionals for the third straight season. Really kick-started kind of our program again. We've started in the 08 season, we made 6 straight regional appearances, and we've won District 8 of the last 11 years. And then in 2013, the coveted Division I state championship. Going into the regionals, we played a much bigger, stronger Avon Lake team. We struggled in the first half, but second half came together as a team and took care of business and advanced to the regional championship game. So regional championship game set, St. Patrick's Day 2010, Menor versus St. Ed's for a trip to states. Like the Massillon-Jackson game, we started off slow in the first quarter, first half. We're down double digits early. Like the Massillon-Jackson game, we came together and took care of business, which, as has been stated earlier, was Menor High School boys basketball's first trip to the state Final Four. To this day, I'm not sure, he was here earlier, Matt Solden. I'm not sure, Matt Solden, Cam Aloisio, Ryan Rowe, sitting at maybe a 6'2" on a good day, held their own against not one but 2 6'9" players who both went on to play Division I basketball. We have incredible fans here at Menor, and it was just so surreal celebrating with them after that victory on Cleveland State's home court. The state semifinal game did not go as planned as we dropped an OT thriller to Cincinnati Moeller. The locker room was rough after the game. As sad as it just proved how much we cared and how much we loved playing with each other. I'll never forget those 6 months. We accomplished something that not many high school athletes get to accomplish in their careers and experienced to develop a lifetime of memories. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. And now our last recipient tonight, which will be the 2011 and 2012 gymnastics team. The 2011, and then I have something to say at the end about this gymnastics team, which is very special. The 2011 gymnastics team had one of the finest seasons in Mentor High history. The girls were Northeast Ohio Conference regular season and conference tournament champions, finishing with a 9-1 regular season record. They entered the OHSAA tournament and were sectional champions with a score of 144.50. The following week at the district meet, the Cardinals advanced to the state championships as district runner-up with a score of 142.975. At the OHSAA state meet, the Cardinals capped a fantastic season, finishing as state runner-up with a score of 143.875. This is the highest finish ever in school history. At the state individual tournament the following day, senior KAYLA KOSMERL finished as OHSAA state all-around and bars champion. The team set the bar for future gymnastics team in conference and state competitions. The Cardinals were led by head coach Joe Corrigan and assistant coach Megan Mertz. And what I wanted to tell you, and Jeff Casella just shared with me, this is the first gymnastics team to ever be inducted into the Mentor High School Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011-12 gymnastics team, come on down.
Thank you for inducting us into this fabulous position here. As always, I don't write my speeches down. Eventually I get better at this. So, some of the nice notes about our team. I didn't have to coach them very hard. You know, I didn't have to pull them in to do anything, that kind of stuff. Actually, sometimes I had to tell them to quit and don't do so many reps. Okay? One girl would have her hands bleeding and say, "Oh, can I do another one? I didn't do that quite right." And they were kind of all that way. And I enjoyed just sitting back and watching them work. Oh, I did 8 sets, 9 sets. I might be able to get 10. 10's a nice number. And so that was an easy, that's why they got where they were, because they were so easy to coach. Little side notes. Kayla still has KK on our floor at the gym because she started a certain place to do her mount for bars, and she got this big black magic marker with permanent ink on it and went KK on it. That's where she started from. It is still there. So, yes. But the other thing is, do you have your driver's license yet? I do. She mentioned that she gets driven to, didn't have her driver's license throughout high school. So, sophomore year in college she got it. Okay, she did get it finally. So, thanks to Brittany over there. That's the people that drove her to school. I drove her to the gym all the time. Brittany was her ride. And so people had to drive her around everywhere. So, but thank you, Menor, for inducting us. Thank you, Jeff, for all the hard work you do. And it's a pleasure being here. And hopefully I come back again. Thank you.
I will now turn the rest of the evening over to Mr. Jeff Casella, Athletic Director. Thank you very much. It's been fun being here tonight.
Let's give a big hand to Rick Damberg, our MC tonight. Thank you. A couple of thank yous. Obviously, an event like this doesn't get put on by itself, and nor did I do it all. So a couple of thank yous. First of all, the Hall of Fame Committee, a few of which are here tonight. Pam Chrysler, Bob Civic, Bob Burwald, who are here with us tonight. Jen Fazekas is also a part of our crew and do a lot of the legwork and stuff for this event and this committee. So I thank you for that and for all of their support. To the Menor High School Alumni Association for their support of this event. To our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. William Porter, and our Board of Education, Mr. Tom Tuttle, one of our Board of Education members, is here tonight. So thank you very much. To Mr. CROWE and the high school administrative team for giving me the opportunity to lead this athletic department and for all of their support and efforts throughout the year. To Rick Kraft and Jostin's company who put those beautiful plaques together for us this evening. A couple of just kind of housekeeping things that I need to go through with you. First of all, Hall of Fame inductees, we are welcoming you to join us at the football game tomorrow night. We'd like to introduce you to the home football crowd. I have to run back to my office, though, and get the football tickets because I left them there today. So I'll run. I'll be back in a second. But please come and see me. I have tickets for you and your family to join us tomorrow night if you so choose to. But we'd like to do that. At the end of the third quarter, we'll have you down on the track, and Mr. Damberg will be happy to read your names one more time and introduce you to our homecoming crowd tomorrow night as the Cardinals are taking on the Medina Bees tomorrow night in the stadium. We also tomorrow, obviously, it is homecoming, so alumni, welcome back. Remember, we say once a Cardinal, always a Cardinal. So you're welcome to join any of our homecoming festivities tomorrow. We have an assembly tomorrow morning in the school. The parade's going on tomorrow afternoon, and then, of course, the game. So you're welcome to join us for those things. Unfortunately, guys, I do need those plaques back because those are the ones that go in the hallway. So before you leave tonight, if you put them back up here. However, if you do want to order one of those for yourself, you can do that. Pam has those forms on how to contact that. If you'd like to order one of those yourself, you're more than welcome to do that. We get put you in contact with the Jostens rep in order to do that. Pam also has nomination forms. If you or we're always looking for nominations for the Hall of Fame. So if you know of somebody or have a teammate or a coach or somebody that you've worked with that you'd like to nominate for this prestigious Hall of Fame, we encourage you to do that, and Pam has those forms as well. Again, thank you for the evening. Feel free to stay around and take as many pictures as you want. I'm going to run back to my office and get football tickets for you. We would like to do the one large picture up here with the plaques up here with the Hall of Fame classes standing behind them. One group picture that I can get, and then moms and dads, you can take all the pictures as you want as well. So that's the first order of business. If I could get the plaques back up here, put them on the shelf, and get the Hall of Fame class behind them to take a picture. Have a great night. Remember, once a Cardinal, always a Cardinal. We hope you come back. Oh, I forgot one other thing. The Hall of Fame is open. If you go out here through Paradigm and go out the back hallway by the gymnasium, you can go out and see where the Hall of Fame and where these plaques are going to be hanging up. I encourage you to go see that tonight, okay? Oh, and Liz, our photographer here, it is going to be on our YouTube channel as well. Thank you. Have a great night.